Hello, it's Stephen Bedard, and welcome again to my video blog. And for this episode, I thought I would talk about something that happened a little bit earlier today. I had the chance to be interviewed by Nick Peters. Nick Peters is an apologist in the US, and he's also someone who has Asperger's. Asperger's, if you're not familiar with it, is a form of autism. It's sometimes defined as autism without the communication issues. And I'm so thankful for Nick. Nick, on his podcast, the Deeper Waters podcast, has been taking the month of April to promote autism awareness, because April is Autism Awareness Month. And if you didn't know that, well, now you know it. It's pretty important, and you can remember that for every April to be learning something new about autism. Now, why would he have me come on his podcast? Well, it's not just because I'm interested in apologetics as he is, but because I have two children with autism. And I've talked about that many times, but that's my interest in autism. And a while back, I wrote a book called How to Make Your Church Autism Friendly. And I've done a few things on that. And I had a chance to talk about those things with Nick and to explain why I thought it is important for churches to be autism friendly. And you can be watching for that podcast if you hang out on my webpage or my Facebook or anything like that. I will have a link to it when it appears, but you can also look for his Deeper Waters website as well. But why should you care? Why should any church be autism friendly? Well, I understand, as someone who has pastored for a number of years, there's all kinds of things that are crying for the time and the energy of the pastor. People want to see more people in the pews. They want to see more money in the plates. They want to see more programs. They want to see all kinds of stuff. But increasing awareness about autism and providing resources to embrace families dealing with autism doesn't necessarily help any of those things. In fact, as soon as you start getting people with autism in your church, it kind of makes ministry messy. They make loud noises and they do weird things and all that kind of stuff. I'm not trying to be insulting towards people with autism. I say that as a autism dad. I love my children. They are awesome. But they do some things that are kind of interesting, and that's okay. And actually, that's what I want churches to be willing to embrace, to say, you know what, it's okay. In fact, that's a form of praise when kids yelp out and hum and recite some lines from a movie and whatever in the middle of a sermon. That's a form of praise. That is just what they're supposed to do, and I think that it brings a smile to God's face. So I really would encourage you to check out the book that I've put together. And if you don't do that, that's fine. Do something to learn about autism and try to figure out a way to increase your ability as a church to embrace families with autism. And I'm talking the person with autism, I'm talking the parents, I'm talking about the siblings, the whole deal. It's not just about setting up a program. Lots of churches can put together a program for disabilities. What I'm talking about is being autism friendly, not hiding them away somewhere and feeling good because some money in the budget is going towards it. I'm talking about a change in the church's culture that sees people with autism and other disabilities as being a valuable part of the congregation. So I want to thank Nick Peters for the work that he has done, and God bless him both in his work in apologetics and in autism. And I hope that you look for that podcast episode and that interview, and I hope that you learn as a church and as an individual, and that I learn as well, because I'll tell you, even as an autism dad, I have lots to learn. I don't know everything about autism. I don't know everything about people with autism. I don't know everything about churches embracing people with autism. I just know that something has to be done. And if we don't start doing something, then it will never happen. So that's my sermon for today. And thank you for listening to this video podcast. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. God bless.